Let's talk about that strange, sometimes really unsettling feeling that can creep in when you find yourself completely alone. You know the one. It's a surprisingly common experience, and in this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly why it happens.
I mean, really think about it for a second. It could be at the end of a crazy busy day, a quiet weekend morning, or maybe just a long drive by yourself. All that external noise finally fades out. And just like that, the internal volume cranks all the way up. So instead of that peace and quiet you were looking for, you get this rush of thoughts, feelings, and a weird, buzzing mental energy. If that sounds familiar at all, you are definitely in the right place.
So what's actually going on here? Well, for a lot of people, solitude doesn't feel like a soft, cozy blanket. It feels a lot more like a harsh spotlight. Let's break down why that is. Now, this is absolutely the most crucial point to start with. If you feel this way, it is not a personal failing. It doesn't mean you're dramatic or weak. It's a deeply human response, and just understanding it is the first huge step toward changing your relationship with being alone.
So let's peel back that first layer. The main reason for this discomfort is actually pretty simple, almost mechanical. It all comes down to what happens when we take away our daily distractions.
Think about it. All day long, we're juggling emails, conversations, music, chores, just 100 other things. Our minds are constantly occupied. Solitude is that moment when all of that scaffolding just gets taken away.
And this really illustrates the process perfectly. First, all the external stuff just disappears. And then, in that vacuum, all the things we've successfully ignored or pushed down during the day, well, they finally have space to rush right back in. It's not that new thoughts are being created, it's that the old ones are finally being heard.
So what are these thoughts and feelings that come back? Let's call them emotional echoes. Basically, unprocessed experiences that have just been waiting in the wings for their cue. This could be that lingering tension from a really tough week at work, maybe a difficult conversation, or even just the built-up stress of daily life that you never really got a moment to deal with.
It's also all those nagging anxieties, right? The what-ifs and worries about the future that are so easy to push aside when you're busy, but they come roaring back the second your mind has a free second.
And, sometimes it's something a little deeper. A quiet sadness or a grief that doesn't really demand your attention during the day, but boy, it makes its presence felt in the stillness of the night or a quiet afternoon.
And these echoes, they show up physically and mentally. Your body feels this emotional weight, even if your conscious mind can't quite put a name to it. It translates into that jittery anxiety, that inability to just sit still, a mind that will not stop racing, or even just that nagging, vague sense that something is off.
And for some of us, this wiring goes even deeper. I mean, if your childhood taught you that being alone meant you were in danger or that you were being forgotten, your nervous system can carry that memory. So even as a totally safe adult, solitude can trigger that old, outdated alarm bell.
This brings us to another fascinating reason for all this unease. It's not just about the feelings we've been avoiding, it's also about the person we've been avoiding, ourselves.
Just take a look at this comparison. On one side, you've got the public you, the polished, capable version we present to the world. But on the other side is the real you, with all its unfiltered thoughts and messy feelings and actual needs. Solitude takes away the audience, forcing an introduction between the two.
And if you've spent a long time disconnected from that inner self, this encounter can feel awkward, maybe even a little intimidating. You're suddenly left alone with this person you don't really know anymore, and you're not quite sure you're ready to hear what they have to say.
But here's where we make a really crucial shift. What if this discomfort isn't a problem that we need to solve? What if it isn't a threat at all, but it's actually a message?
This feeling isn't a signal to run faster or find another distraction. No, it's a signal to turn inward. Solitude is basically acting as a messenger, delivering some pretty important info from parts of yourself that have been silenced for a while.
And what's it showing you? Well, it's showing you emotions that need to be validated. It's highlighting needs that aren't being met. It is pointing to parts of you that are just asking for a little care and attention. And really, when you get down to it, what this discomfort is offering you is an incredible opportunity to heal.
Okay, so with this new perspective, let's talk about what to actually do in that moment. The next time you're alone and you feel that familiar restlessness start to bubble up,
Just for one moment, resist that powerful urge to grab your phone or turn on the TV. Just stop.
Take one slow, deep breath.
All this does is send a little signal of safety to your nervous system, and it creates a tiny bit of space between you and that feeling.
And finally, just listen, without judgment, without needing to fix a single thing. Just ask yourself, with genuine curiosity, hey, what is this feeling trying to tell me right now?
And this is just the beautiful takeaway. By gently turning toward that discomfort instead of running away from it, you so often find that what you were running from wasn't some kind of monster, it was simply a part of you, waiting patiently for you to stop, to listen, and to finally welcome it back home.